Hi, I'm Dr. Jo Gould from the University of Nottingham, and I'm really pleased to be able to present on behalf of the whole consortium the research we're doing as part of an AgriTech 8 funded project. This project was about developing a SIPS, a sustainable insect protein snack, from materials indigenous to Nigeria for Nigerian consumers. Our consortium consisted of 4 partners, 2 SMEs based in the Midlands, Biopolymer Solutions and Real World Business Solutions, the University of Nottingham and Federal Polytechnic Oko based in Nigeria. The project had various different stages illustrated in this schematic. We wanted to take starchy materials indigenous to Nigeria and insects, process them together to produce a product that could be locally produced for the local community. It could also offer a product for those nutritionally challenged, and it could also be a higher value snack product for more wealthy communities and possibly also as an export market. Why we selected Nigeria is our research before showed that Nigeria was one of the countries where eating of insects was common practice. So there are many publications, here's a couple summarised here, that show in Nigeria insects and the eating of insects is much more acceptable than perhaps in some European countries. The first stage of the project was to send out a survey to understand consumers' consumption and preference for insects in snack products. We wanted to see if the literature we had read matched what people actually felt. What you can see here is a type of insect that was consumed and also preferred in snacks, and by far the highest frequency was for the winged termite. Winged termite is quite an interesting insect. It's a wild catch and it's attracted to light at certain times of the year. So it really has this luxurious and seasonality about it because of the harvest practices. Other insects were not consumed as much. You can see cricket and grasshopper locust, ones that are consumed more in Europe, are much lower, and palm weevil has a higher level. We were quite surprised by these results. They didn't seem to tie in with the research. We then had to do the next stage, which was sourcing insects for the insect snack product. And we were actually unable to find any commercial source of insects for consumption in Nigeria. This led us to create our own prototype insect farm in Nigeria. It would form a template for local communities to then set up their own insect farms and then feed in the insects into our supply chain, always envisaged for this snack product. The whole consortium wants this to be a safe, sustainable and ethical insect farm, and therefore we have these various different policies listed here, which cover everything from sourcing, feeding, the environment, the operators, and how we manage the generations, aiming for a minimum of 4th generation to ensure we have full traceability of our insects. We had lots of things to consider, which I'm sure many of you are facing. When you're breeding or eating insects, whilst we're well aware of the nutritional benefits and actually the flavour and sensorial properties these ingredients bring to food products, we must make sure we are risk assessing these ingredients as we move towards commerciality. So some of the key focuses for us in this project were microbiological safety. Also, as I said, making sure that we didn't cause any extinction to the natural environment or any insect release. There are a couple of other things here, the allergies, anti-nutrients, pesticides, insecticides, heavy metals that we just haven't been able to control in this project, but we're well aware that for commercialisation of the product, we would need to look into these. Next stage of the project was to process the insect material to make sure we reduce the microbial load. So we had 2 steps here indicated in red, a blanching step and a heat processing step. We then produced a powder that was less than 10% moisture and less than 0.6% AW. This was in line with some of the draft standards coming out of Kenya and Uganda for microbial load of insects. We then had our dried insects that we sent for microbiological testing and then further incorporation into a food product. And here are the results of that microbiological testing. There are no codex standards, so we looked towards Kenya, Uganda and some microbial standards of similarly processed material. What you can see here is initially we were quite concerned of the loads of the processed insect material, particularly Bacillus cereus that was detected in some of the insects we processed in the UK. We were unable to test our SIPS farm insects for Bacillus cereus, that's still to come. However, what we were able to do is produce an insect snack product The process for that production is patent pending. However, what you can see from the microbiological results is we were able to minimise the microbial load significantly, so these products are safe to eat. The final stage of this project was to evaluate whether the product we had produced was a success. Federal Polytechnic Oka invited 18 consumer experts to try the products produced in this project, one of which contained insects, and we were really pleased with the results of this tasting. So no panellists refused or discarded the insect cakes, and no panellists considered the use of insects in this type of product as inappropriate. Panellists did not raise concerns over the feasibility of manufacturing or distributing this product in Nigeria. The quality attributes and the overall acceptability of the product was rated highly, and there was no substantial difference between the ones which contained insects and the ones that didn't. Finally, our project has shown that we were able to produce a safe insect protein snack product of high nutritional value, low in fat, low in salt, and high in protein from materials that could be produced in Nigeria. And this product could be produced and sold at a cost suitable for rural Nigerian communities.